they pooled like professional tasters or connoisseurs.
Yeah.
And if they told them the wine cost beforehand, it definitely fucked with like what they thought was the better tasting wine.
Yeah,
There was that kid that got kicked out of Harvard for doing that. They had like this big wine tasting.
That was for saying the N-word a bunch.
Today, we talk about... All right, so we're back. This is episode... Holy shit, let me see if I still remember. I want to say 43. It could be 44. More special guests in the building. Introduce yourselves.
Jordan Lilly.
I'm Lauren Ballantyne.
And I'm Nick Black Mamba Field.
And these guys just started a new comedy show. I'm already forgetting the name.
It's called
Need to Belong? Oh, I remember it. Yeah.
It's a little wordy, but I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want you guys to plug yourselves right in the beginning because I've learned that people tune out very quickly, so you want to do the plugs in the beginning.
Smart move.
So before we give you any of this hot content, I'm going to need you to go follow at JLilz, JLILLZ on Instagram.
Hot.
And at Jordan Lilly haha on Twitter.
They're different?
Yeah, somebody else already has JLilz. It's this hot chick also named Jordan Lilly from Texas.
That's an easy slip in. You want to name our kids after ourselves?
Like, how can we have two juniors? Or
Your
one girl,
neighbors.
one boy?
Oh, Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh, Jordan.
How active are you? Are you more active on Twitter or Instagram?
I'm much more active on Instagram, but I'm trying to build up my...
You pop off on Twitter. Yeah, you
pop off on Twitter, but like to a smaller audience.
I was going to say, I don't really fuck with Twitter much, but...
Yeah, I don't.
Just follow my Instagram, and then my Twitter is in the bio. It's linked up.
Yeah, I like your Twitter because you'll have hot takes, but you'll also... Because like too many comics personally will be like, hot take, but you'll also be like... I love Chipotle. Just like throw that in there.
I also just found out that like people like go back and delete tweets that don't do well.
It's like the
my entire feed.
that makes me think of those girls that are just like might be funny, might delete later.
You might delete later. It's like validate me or I'll take it away.
But yeah, what's your stuff?
My stuff. Lauren Ballantyne. Follow me at Lord Ballantyne. That's,
Is it the same for both?
no, Twitter, I think it's Lore, which is like...
Just
like
similar.
vocally very confusing, but Twitter is LAUR and then Ballantyne, and Instagram is LORD Ballantyne. So find my shit. I'm easy to find.
I thought it was Lord Ballantyne for so long.
I wish.
the Lord Ball and Chain. Yeah.
I thought it was a bit, and then I heard somebody introduce her. They were like Lauren Ballantyne, and I was like, "Wow, way to get it wrong." I'm her real friend. And then she told me, she's like, "You misspelled my whole last name."
Yeah, you're like many times, like
poster
multiple times
for our own show.
You were like, "That's how Instagram has it," and I was like, "It's not."
And you can find me at Nick Shut Up. There's like underscores spacing everything out on Instagram, Twitter. I don't think I have anything else.
MySpace?
I have an OnlyFans account, and that's exclusively for premium content.
I have a Tumblr that I deleted when they took porn off. Tumblr.
Can we talk about that? When I deleted my Tumblr.
Let's dig in. Tumblr was like...
Oh, actually, before you do, what's the fucking name?
show.
Oh my God.
The
Thanks
show.
for making sure we plug our stuff.
Wow, thank you.
This requires some heavy editing.
Need to Belong NYC. So Need to Belong NYC. Instagram, Twitter, find us.
Which is every Sunday?
Monthly.
Monthly, yeah. Okay.
Follow us for the next show
Details. Right.
We had a little bit of a quick venue change.
Yeah, I saw that.
Show, and so we're just.
But then it went off like
trying to solidify the next the date that we are going to be locked in at. So I don't want to tell you what it is. I want you to follow, so you have to find out the correct information.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to come. I couldn't make it. I had something come up, but next
Can I
one.
ask you a question?
Fuck no.
Please.
get something from the table.
I've been thinking about it. I'm thinking about it for a long time.
Sure.
Iowa. Mm-hmm. Do you work there?
Yeah.
So do you not work here?
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Yeah.
I'm sitting in this penthouse.
So your commute is to Iowa.
It's not really a commute. So I work there 2 weeks a month, and I'm here 2 weeks a month, typically. So
How did you broker that deal?
Is to JFK, and JFK to Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, I'm surprised more doctors don't do it. I mean, I kind of understand why they don't, because it's called locum tenens, or shortened to locum. So it's kind of like mercenary for hire type of situation.
Very good for a doctor explanation.
Yeah. So I have this agency that I go through, and the agency sets me up with different hospitals that are like, oh, we need someone because so-and-so is on pregnancy leave, or we have a new department, or so-and-so group left, so we need someone to fill this shit in.
It's so
like
funny that it's also like you, and you just roll up like sneakers on, like I'm the replacement.
It's like the best paid substitute teacher.
It pays.
We're gonna have a fun day in the OR today. Don't worry.
It pays fantastic.
Laughing gas turn.
And it's great because they literally pay me essentially double what I would be getting paid to work in New York City to work half the time, which is insane.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I get to do this comedy thing, which is great. Depending on the night, right?
Wow, sounds so sick.
Yeah, it's just
so sick. I need a doctor.
listen, I want to work in the city. It's just no one's hiring in the city. Because think about it, supply and demand. Everyone wants to be in the city.
Right.
No one wants to be in Iowa.
But if you get sick in the city, you die. That's the deal. In Iowa, there's like work to do.
Yeah, I needed to use that one.
Can you give me a terminal diagnosis? That's
Maybe we'll see. We might have to expose a couple different things. Like, oh, hey, yeah.
I love a good excuse.
I'm just looking for excuses to use these. Like, damn, son, where'd you find this?
OG move.
Oh,
wow.
I've never ever received it from.
Are you taking the phone call?
No.
You're getting a spam phone call from
Dad.
Denmark.
You can plug them into the podcast through Bluetooth. We can call them in.
Delaware?
I thought it'd be.
You don't know anyone from Dagsboro, Delaware?
No, I'll answer.
No, don't answer. Go to voicemail.
That'd be very
Yeah, sorry, I cut you off. You wanted to ask me about, not Iowa, what were you talking about? Oh, Tumblr porn, I guess?
Everyone wanted to hear about Tumblr porn. No, it's just they had it, and then they were like, hey, we're not doing that anymore.
And
I think there was like a wholehearted reason. Like,
Well, I think with all things like that, like somebody's just like, well, like, what is child porn cool too?
Yeah,
They're like, fuck, we gotta shut it all down. Like,
something like that.
Hey.
And I was just getting my hair done, and I'm literally like talking to my hairdresser, and she's like, yeah.
you're like, I can't wait to go home and watch porn on Tumblr.
And she's like, yeah, I used to fuck with Tumblr, and I was like, so did I. And then she's like, yeah, I got off recently, and I was like, oh, so did I.
And then you both just finished your hair in silence.
And then we were both like, they could have just left it. They could have left the good stuff.
How long ago was this?
I haven't
It was like a couple
this year.
Yeah,
it was
Really?
this year.
very.
I've never fucked with
Oh,
Tumblr,
so
so I
you
don't know.
guys know too.
No, I know.
it was
Are you
new.
kidding? Dude, it was
Yeah.
all over.
It was
like
new.
Big deal.
It was.
Yeah, on Twitter, I knew porn was on Twitter and porn stars and shit.
Oh
but-
yeah, Twitter.
There was
Twitter
definitely-
is like no rules.
Yeah, Twitter's the Wild West. Tumblr was more like if you wanted to curate vintage
Porn.
hentai, then you
okay.
could. Not that I would be into that. That's weird and bad, and I don't care about it. And it's dumb. But
Hear that, Nick's mom?
do your parents?
Exposed!
I don't know if my parents watch my stuff. I don't know.
My
I've never
parents
asked.
like
Hentai?
my parents like,
Oh, they love it. It's like my little senpai. Get in here.
Dude, of all places to curate any kind of porn, Tumblr? I don't know.
no, it's a weird. It found just this weird home.
More
there.
like Cumblr, am I right?
It's one of my favorites.
But do
No,
your-
I think it just found a community there that people were like, hey, we all like to get emotional, but we all like to jack off.
we all love the bus.
I feel like it legitimately started with
Fan fiction.
because I was on Tumblr like back in like when it was like where is like the next social media thing, and it was like
Right.
is it Google, what was it?
It was
Like,
Google Plus.
Google
Yeah.
Plus, like Twitter, Facebook, all this stuff, and I feel like there was a lot of teen girls that like were and some guys, but a lot of teen girls that were like very into the Notebook and like were posting gifs of like people making
Yeah,
out,
I can
and
see
that
that.
just like escalated to like hotter scenes from movies.
Like
and then it was just
massage,
like
a lot of massage.
Yeah, it's like, if I put like
know.
a sepia filter on porn, is it just
Yeah, no.
You go into like a bar bathroom, like a fancy bar, and there's always like vintage porn on the wall. So I'm like, this is still porn.
It's like,
what I
do
mean?
you
Right?
want me to not
Also,
jerk off?
Tumblr had like all that like fan fiction stuff. It's like I read Twilight, and then I was like, it gave me a little.
Did you
but
read?
I need a little bit more.
Yo, not a bit. The largest piece of English language literature ever to exist is a Super Smash Brothers fan fiction.
What?
Existed on DeviantArt by this kid from Brazil that was trying to learn English.
Who was fucking?
Huh? No, nobody was fucking. First off,
I thought that.
it was like
How
just
could you have the longest piece of written word in English and nobody
Mario
gets
and
fucked?
Daisy never.
Yeah, there's like a
ever.
couple points from Mario was like, oh, my
Talk
dick's
about
out.
edging. I'm 800,000 words in, and still they're just smelling each other's hair.
Here comes Master Hand.
Oh my god!
Dude, I will never be able to play Super Smash Bros. The same again.
I doubt it. I love that.
That's Smash right in the top. This is
This kid went out of his
huge
way.
swing and a miss.
There's like twice as long of a thing of him being like, fuck, another sex scene. Pull it out. God.
Dude, I gotta say though, like it's maybe I'm biased, I don't know, but like I can't watch anything with my parents because there's always something that's sexual, even if it's just like a kissing scene. I gotta fast forward through that shit.
Or it's like the second your parents walk into the room, it's like heavy,
Yeah.
hardcore anal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I swear to God, this is a movie. What?
It was chill a minute ago. They were just like eating pussy.
Yeah.
Y'all have been
No, it's like, I swear to God, this is a movie about like the Revolutionary War, but they have to throw this anal scene in right now, and you just walked in for this one part. It's not even gonna come up again in the movie.
See, my mom will watch like anything. Like she watched fucking The Wolf of Wall Street before I did. She was like, you gotta watch it, it's really good. And I watched it and I was like, Mom!
I seem freaky. Okay.
Well, it's just like, I have to imagine there are literally millions of families that spent the last 8 years watching Game of Thrones together.
100%.
Like, that is
Interest you in a
no
candy
wonder
cigarette?
Every time I go to a porn
yeah,
site,
I
half
would
of the stuff on the
absolutely
homepage is just like,
Especially after all this sex talk, I need it. You know?
God.
Yeah, I'm gonna forcefully shift us from porn because my mom might listen to this. I don't know.
Okay.
Do your parents listen to your stuff? Do you-
Only when this,
Watch porn. Why he should not know the answer.
only when topics like this come up, I feel like their ears perk up. They're like, let's check in and see what he's up to. You know.
My
like-
parents could not be more supportive of my comedy.
Oh, really?
My
I know,
mom-
me too.
Oh
It's
my God,
really
it's the
just-
cutest
it's
thing. I
the-
love it.
It's the biggest burden.
She like,
Like, can't you just like hate me and tell me to get a real job? Parents.
When we started Need to Belong and we had like no followers on the Twitter,
yeah.
my mom was like, "Can I follow?" And I was like, "Absolutely not." I'm not gonna have it be
Wow.
us three and then my mom.
She's like,
So instead, she just got literally like
she followed-
12 of her cousins and
Oh, wow.
brothers, like 20 people
Yeah.
with the last name Ballantyne, all
Yeah.
followed. Now
oh,
it's like
hell yeah.
another
Oh, my God.
Canadian family
Dude,
reunion.
Yeah.
here.
See, my family's also like wild supportive, which makes like my hopeful future life movie just not interesting. It's like,
I don't know. I beg to differ, but maybe I'm just the grass is always greener type because I'm like, man, I wish they were into this shit, but they're not. You know?
Your family not supportive, or they're just not into it?
They're just not. Well, A, they're not into it. B, they're supportive, but they're
But
like,
you're like already a doctor.
yeah.
They're not like
Their deal's
this
probably-
better
yeah.
fucking
But like,
work
I'll give you an example though.
Supposed to eat the cigarette.
Well, you can do whatever you want with it. I just like to pretend like I'm smoking on
Okay,
camera.
well,
you know?
I ate
This is
it
one of the first things I
immediately.
ever smoked, and I ended up smoking cigarettes for 7 years.
Well, I just figured you guys were kind enough to bring me the little pipe, so
oh
I
yeah,
figured, you know.
I got your favorite host a corncob pipe as a gift. Down south, you don't come to somebody's house without a gift, and that gift better be your pussy. All right,
Where are you from?
I'm from Texas.
From Texas.
I'm originally from New Mexico.
Got it.
And then I moved into Texas, and it's like the only thing I talk about.
Interesting.
It
All right.
is.
And you're Canadian, it sounds like?
Yeah, I was born in Toronto,
Okay.
and then moved to Belgium for like a hot.
Oh, shit.
Wow, I was
Wow.
conceived in Belgium.
Really? That means nothing.
Who told you? Also, how do you know that?
Because my parents were
My
living in
parents-
Belgium at 9 months
My
before I was
parents
born.
know the building that my little brother was conceived in. It's the like big Italian mansion at the end of
It's Cipriani's on Broad.
the bathroom.
It's the bathroom of Cipriani's.
In one of like the Ocean's movies, at the end when the villain's like, "How did you know it was me?" and they're like, "I don't remember this plot point."
Yeah.
But then they're like in this like Italian mansion like hotel thing, and my dad is like, "Trevor was conceived there," and I was like,
Damn,
"Okay."
son, where'd you find this?
I need you to
"Damn,
know.
You told us where he was conceived and named him Trevor.
I need you to know that I'm like imagining Dracula's mansion. Like I don't know the building you're talking about.
Always raining cobwebs.
Very
that's what I was picturing too. So.
Yeah, that's where half Transylvanian.
Yeah, yeah, that's a yeah.
But you're from Iowa, right?
No.
Oh, well then what?
First time I went to Iowa was for work. Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from upstate New York.
Oh, me too.
Oh, that's right, because you worked at Death Wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where,
I'm from Troy, but I moved to Niskayuna, and then now I live here.
Dude,
so.
my brother was born at like Niskayuna Hospital.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Nice.
relatable
Grew up in
content.
Saratoga.
Are any of us in love, like currently? Like,
What do you mean?
we went to a show
with
and
myself.
Oh, this is interesting.
they were talking about like relationship stuff and stuff, and I was wondering if any of us are actually in like love right now.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I fall in love like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hard. I am a diehard romantic. And
Jordan's a special case. We'll be like on the street, and I'll be like saying something. I'm like, "Did you hear me?" He's like, "Sorry, I literally fell in love with this. Like, just walked by."
He's like
That's being very generous about the crudeness of
always
my.
texting and DMing a girl and being like, "Oh my God, I did it again." And I'm like, "Stop."
Yeah, I feel like you asked that question so specifically. It's almost like you want to tell us you're in love.
No, I don't have an answer.
He's looking for hope.
I was like, I need to know if he's in love.
I am in love with comedy. And my friends.
Safe
Never
answer.
love you
Dr.
back.
Souls.
You know shit. All right.
Are you in love? You have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Does she live here?
No, but she visits often. So
Where does she live?
Often as in every 2 weeks.
yeah. No, I met her out in Iowa, and she would be here right now, but she got invited to this Rosé museum or something.
That's cool.
Huh.
Rosé expose. I don't know, something
It
like
sounds
that.
incredible. Sounds like something.
Exposed. Yeah.
Sounds like I'm throwing up in my friend's bathroom already.
Very sick. It's actually not summer water. It's alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a very Instagram friendly kind of place. I don't know if you guys were around when they had.
Say relationship.
Yeah.
Very Instagram friendly relationship.
For the clout.
After the cruise, she's got the looks, we got the dog, it's pop.
Yeah, right. No, it's for her, especially for her, because like she's not from here. So like when she got out here for the first time, she wasn't making any friends. So I'm like, dude, make like a fucking Bumble BFF or something. And then she
Does that
did.
happen?
Yeah.
People are always like looking for friends, and I'm like,
Thing.
you're looking to fuck.
Yeah. So that's the thing, because she kept telling me like, oh yeah, I went on a few outings with a couple different girls, seemed to go nice, but then they all want to fuck me after. And I'm just like, well, hey, it is Bumble BFF, but let me look at your profile. I look at her profile. It just says, in New York for a couple weeks, looking for fun. I'm like, what else?
Yeah.
Congrats, you played yourself.
It's like all her profile pictures of her in like softball uniforms and shit, you know. No, I'm kidding.
It's like 100 roses in my DM.
She's wearing big flannel shirts on a motorcycle. It's like, what's with these girls, bro?
Yeah, right. No. But yeah, she finally did make some friends off of it, and then now they're going to this rosé thing. So that's where
That's
they're
so cute.
dope.
And fun.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, it
that.
sounds fun. I can't drink wine. It makes me like barf immediately.
Yeah, I hate wine and I hate beer.
You're both classless.
Yikes.
Should I say you're not?
Jordan didn't buy this chain to not point out how higher up he is.
No, you're just not at that advanced stage of alcoholism.
I'll like
Where
drink
you
a beer.
pick what you want to drink.
You don't walk in, throw money on the table, and say as much as you can.
Fill her up. Yeah, man.
I'll definitely drink a beer for fun. Like, I think it's really fun to shotgun a beer.
I 100% get what you
Like,
mean.
Right? Like, if we're all doing it,
Yeah.
I'll play Flip Cup.
If-
but, like,
yeah.
I don't like the taste and I think it's shitty.
Yeah, because it tastes like sweat and bad.
Yes.
And
I have a
Hot
friend.
take.
He's a very rich friend. So like
Nick Fields.
in
that
my
guy.
mind, no, but he just like a couple years ago, he was just like, I don't drink beer anymore, and it was just like, okay, and he's like, yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't feel the best in my stomach, and I was like, okay, what do you like want to drink?
Doesn't feel
And
good in
he's
any of our
like,
stomachs.
Fucking top shelf bourbon. I'm like, just order the fucking bourbon without being like, by the way, I don't drink beer.
Yeah, you don't need to shit all over it
Yeah,
first.
it's like, well,
Maybe that's just his thing, though, you know?
Yeah.
it
Maybe
sounds.
like the high of just like being like, I actually only drink top shelf is more for him than getting drunk.
He's actually
yeah,
sober.
that's what he's doing.
Speaking of which, you were speaking about hating wine. Are you a
I
wine
like
person?
wine.
I like wine.
The thing with wine is I saw this YouTube clip where they were talking about how like they pooled like professional tasters or connoisseurs.
Yeah.
And if they told them the wine cost beforehand, it definitely fucked with like what they thought was the better tasting wine.
Yeah,
There was that kid that got kicked out of Harvard for doing that. They had like this big wine tasting.
That was for saying the N-word a bunch.
He was pretty cocky after he beat everybody. And I'd like to finish the night by
saying, fuck your wine.
she takes my money.
Wait, what? Someone got
He
kicked
did
out
a
of
thing where
Harvard
he
for
was
wine
at
tasting?
Harvard has like this very elite wine tasting club.
Oh, no shit.
Professors and stuff. Yeah. Did you go to Harvard?
No, I'm just saying Harvard and uppity.
I thought you were about to pull out like a bottle of wine and agree and be like,
My aunt and uncle met at Harvard, and my cousin is a sommelier, so.
yeah, so it sucks there. No, but they have like this elite wine tasting club.
No, I'm dead serious.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool,
Wait,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Not
I
a
was
bit.
I don't think that was a bit.
No, good for them. You
Too
know?
good to be a bit.
Wait, how do you break into being a sommelier? Like,
Hard work, baby.
Well,
it's gotta be. There's gotta be it.
Hard work.
Yeah,
It's too hard work.
That's it.
yeah, there's no like.
was the
You hit the open sommelier circuit. You know?
Right.
You
Get
go
on a couple
blindfolded.
sommelier
You
podcasts.
You
You
just show
know.
up to a restaurant and just start sniffing people's wine.
You're like, what's everybody drinking tonight?
This is a 2012 Cabernet with oak.
Oh wow, this guy's kind of good. We should have him on every Thursday.
Have them on every Thursday, which is motherfucking wine.
Like a psalm sesh. Weekly psalm sesh.
It's a bringer, so
In terms of you bring the wine, I'll tell you if it's good.
it's a
Go out onto the street and tell them we have wine.
we're barking. Hey, Cabernet, Cabernet.
I feel like that would be the easiest bark of all time. You know what I mean?
Run on the subway, showtime.
Shoot Mark. Should we pitch my Subway comedy idea?
This is your idea.
No, this is your idea, but
I love it.
I told it to my friends at work who are like production side stuff, and they're
They're
like,
like
we'll
that.
literally come with cameras.
What?
Okay, so I was
They want to do it.
Okay, so actually this
Yeah.
is great. I had this
They're
idea.
like multi-camera setup.
Yeah,
Multi-
you have to have the
what?
multi. You have to because you have to have.
That's how you know they're taking it serious.
Yeah.
You have to.
No, and these
get them
these
all
guys are
going.
the best. They like shoot all their own stuff.
So let me give you the pitch. I had this idea last night because a guy got, or maybe it was today. I'm not
Already off to a great start here. Yeah.
Sort of flows together, but
Talk a little more about time before we get into this.
I majored in philosophy and my capstone was on the philosophy.
Yeah, keep stalling. I might be more into it.
Non-linear time for actually hours.
Let's get into how many hours do you have?
Would it actually be?
How many hours do I have? I'm trying to get this wrapped up in 6 minutes, actually.
Wow, damn.
Just enough time for me to give the pitch. So, we've all been, if you're in New York, you've seen the Showtime guys.
Yeah,
that are
on the subway.
Hey guys, what's up? Showtime, blah, blah, blah. And then it's
Showtime.
either some like people spinning on a pole and they're about to kick you in the face, or like some sort of musical act. I was like, we should, and nobody ever, like, the game that you play as a passenger is like, don't make eye contact.
Right.
It's like, they're coming for you, they're going to ask you for money, you're not going to give it to them because, like,
Yeah,
You're not.
I'm ice cold when that happens. Like you can't force me.
so knowing that, I think that would be the hardest room ever. So you just walk on, Showtime guys, what's up? Get ready. So, what's the deal with airplane food? Like, and just doing stand up to people that do not want to hear it, which is
Wait, but-
already most of the stand up I do.
Right.
We were talking about at work today, like, what if we set a time and a place and brought a bunch of people that we like?
Yeah, so
That would be very fun.
Is
That
you
is
get everybody
dope.
to
I
meet
know.
on like
The L train.
one
Yeah.
train platform all the way at one car and full on bring like a couch and all this
Dude,
shit.
that shit sounds that
in.
sounds
Like,
great.
and then just keep riding the train and let people get on and they're just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And you're just doing a show for people that like actually do want
Yeah,
it.
you have a new
Yeah.
audience every stop.
Then,
Yeah.
you get new audience, but like you do it on the later side, so you definitely can like overwhelm a car.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Definitely.
But here's the
take
thing:
over.
have you guys? I'm Free Mics. I've seen it, but I haven't been able to find it. There's I think it's Tuesdays. They have the Penn Station show.
Yes, or
Is that a real
Herald
thing?
Square.
Herald Square, yeah. Is that a
I've
real
seen
thing?
That. I haven't gone to
I
it.
literally searched the entire subway looking for it. I didn't see a microphone. I didn't see nothing. But that wasn't on the subway, so that's an interesting idea. But
Station.
It's-
yeah.
So they just do a show on the.
apparently,
I feel like you just show up and start doing stuff.
Well, I did show up, but I couldn't find it. I was like, there's no instructions. No one's responding to the emails. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
This subway station's pretty unorganized. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's
Like, first my train's delayed, now my comedy show's delayed. Damn it.
But I guess you don't have much competition if you really want to go for it.
Did I say do it? That sounds very dope.
It would
Yeah.
be sweet.
It's just like, it would just be a very... It's
Even
like,
just a
the
test
beauty of
run.
It would just be like...
Yeah, just a test
You don't
run
expect
with, like-
anybody to laugh.
Yeah.
So if they do, you're like, that's a complete win. Or if somebody's not like, shut the fuck up.
Or just like pull out a knife, you know.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend crowd work.
Yeah, no
for that.
crowd work. No
Oh, I'm
crowd
doing
work.
exclusively insult comic crowd work.
It does seem like you fucking suck.
Hey, yo, Chubby with the chain in his hand.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, this was way higher energy than I expected. This was
Well,
great.
there's like
man.
90 people on it. So.
No, I wish, I wish you guys got here a little earlier. We could
I'm literally
No,
so.
we're such
I thought it was at 7.
Oh, okay.
Because we didn't tell him.
Got it, got it, got it.
Yeah.
Well, you're also a late edition, which I was happy to have you, man. That was,
Yeah. No. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but the nice thing, again, is this is my space, so we could always do it again.
Dude, literally have us back
I
on.
would-
again.
We're
Yeah,
very
maybe.
around and like let's like get you on Need to Belong and figure it out.
let's do it.
And
Yeah.
we'll definitely circle back.
Let's also get you on my premium Snapchat. You know.
What's the login? Yeah.
Let's make sure we lock that down before anyone leaves.
It's the name is 12 splash emojis in a row. There's no letters. There's
Find Nick on Gatreon.
It is now, yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
just filled with pitches. That's a good.
Self-employed.
Yeah. I'm the straight founder of Gatreon.
Corporations are taking over Pride.
Yeah, man.
No.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Not a corporation.
Yeah.
Yes.
With that said, plug yourselves again one more time. Man.
All
Yeah.
right, Jordan Lilly.
Gatreon.com.
Instagram at JLils, and the link to Twitter is on there. Follow. Gang.
Yeah.
Need to Belong.
Yeah.
NYC.
Bro.
Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm Lauren Ballantyne. Instagram is Lord Ballantyne, like a medieval lord. Thought that was a good choice, and I'm just gonna stick with it.
How old were you when you made that?
Like recent. and I'm like not loving it, and I'm just like every day I'm like, let's just leave it one more day.
Yo, my first Instagram handle was like something like, I don't know, like narcotic dreams or something.
Oh my god.
Your first Instagram handle was an industrial band from 2003.
It's like super edgy.
Trapped under ice.
Under ice.
It just got a bunch of new follows.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, some like fucking trippy accounts like.
Yeah, follow Nick at stained. Apostrophe D.
Follow Nick at Fight in the Front Yard. But you can actually follow me at a.
Oh, it's too late, man. They've already.
All right, well then fine, we're good. At a Nick Shut Up on everything. And that's the whole bit. Watch out for the Gatreon. Yeah, that's coming. Yeah.
13 splash emojis.
Can't afford that one.
And thanks again to Dr. Souls.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
The
you guys. Yeah.
surprisingly very normal Dr. Souls.
Would you say so? If you say so, I'll take it. But yeah, man, thanks for coming, guys. Yeah, it's so much harder to get like non-comedians onto stuff I do. I don't know what that is. But.
Who else?
Well, there's not. Most of the people don't have just like a rampant desire to be seen.
Right. That's I'm
Under
just
any circumstance.
I'm just realizing that.
And
you know
also,
what I mean?
people go home after work, which is like a terrible way to live life. I feel
Right.
like.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't leave the house until after work.
That's like why I started comedy was because I was like, I just go home.
yeah, hot take. I think comedy is literally good for people. Like,
Yeah.
hot take.
But see, other people look at it the opposite way. They're like, "What is
sure.
wrong with those sickos?" You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah.
Well, if I've had a bad set, that's how I feel.
feel. Too long, too long. And they're like, "Hey, you don't want none of this, kid.
Yep. That classic trope.
Friends.
It's like, and you talk to people, and it's like, oh, I go work, go home, go to work, go home. And it's like, I would rather be in a coffin. Sure,
I'd rather 6 guys stare at me while I do my birth control stuff and not laugh once. Just go home.
Yeah, we were talking about every night. Other people go home, we go play chicken with our confidence.
Great way to put it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, this was great. Thanks for coming, guys. We'll wrap this up and see you guys around. Follow them and see them at their shows. Bye.
Bye.
I love you, Javor's.